Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Redskins going up against the Seahawks.
Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Evergreen State and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Seattle Seahawks. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the D swarming to the line.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Ohio.
Undercrutch.
Ohio.
Undercrutch.
Flex round. Let's go. Flex round. What? 90. What?
No.
90.
Off.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
Come on, let's go.
Three down. Odd.
Ohio. Ohio.
He's checking. Crash.
Flex round. Flex round.
Check 31.
Come on. Flex round. Flex round.
Bang.
Ohio. Here we go. Grand 38.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
I got him. That's all you got, oh?
All day, baby, all day.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Here we go.
Wild Bill.
Flex round. Flex round.
50 the mic.
Flex round.
Hey, here. Kill.
Back to throw here.
Back.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Hey, all day, baby, all day. Get nowhere. Woohoo! Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Let's go. All day, baby, all day.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38.
Let's go,
Grand 38.
50.
And now here's a carry heading left.
Run!
Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 58 yards. So close, couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I wanted to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play.
Ohio.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Get ready. Wait 90. Wait 90.
Got three. Got
Tag
three.
And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a handoff here to his running back. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Let's go.
Here's Bridgewater. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
Let's go. What? 90. Hut. What? 90.
3 down. Check number 6. Check number 6.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Hey, guys, check me out.
Let's go. Brand 38.
Mike's 50.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
I got one.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Let's go. What? 90.
Mike's 50.
What?
Mike's
90.
50.
Ohio.
Check hot route.
He'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Charles, that's an important third down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. Maybe an anxious moment or two when the ball was on its way, but he does find a way to curl it in.
Oh, yeah. That one definitely hugged the left upright, but he got it to go.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But sometimes, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
It's brought in by Kevin White. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Seattle. 46 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory. Whether it's slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. On second down, Bridgewater again. That is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Get ready. Force. Tagger.
Now they try the right side here. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal. Offense looks to punch it in here from the 1 on second and goal. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
Let's go. Wide 80.
Check 31. Check 31.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So it's an old-school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they couldn't get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But their head coach decided 3 was enough.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game,
Here we go!
that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
90!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 points?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Let's go! Blue 58! Blue 58! Two jet!
He's scared.
Tiger!
First down, Bridgewater. He completes it right side to White. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Left coming.
Tiger! Force!
Check.
Wait, two jet! Let's go! Wide 80! Two jet!
Halfback sent in motion.
SOS.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
They'll run it now the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Let's go.
He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
84. Who's got 84? Check 84.
Here we go. What? 90.
Single,
Hey,
single.
what? 90.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
Man left, man left.
Let's go. Ohio.
Free there.
Ohio. Here we go. Ohio. Red 38. Red 38.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Looking to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Ohio. Here we go. Flex round. Flex round.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And tough starting field position here.
Watch right, watch
Two
right.
jet.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, You're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Ringo.
2 jet.
Let's go.
Wait, 90.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. That's Samuel, caught left side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Tight end's Ringo.
Force.
Tight end's on the Ringo.
Let's go.
The second down throw for Bridgewater. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And the Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Force. Get ready. 2 jet. Force.
Under 10.
Let's go.
To the air again with Bridgewater. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Now Bridgewater. And it is incomplete. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Flex round.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Murphy. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
Come on, let's go. What?
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Flex round.
Hey.
Ohio. Flex round. Here we go. Flex round.
Safe.
Ohio.
Watch 20.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Hey, turn it up.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Here we go. Flex round. Here we go. Flex round.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A great effort there with his first career touchdown and his first career game. And the Redskins have taken the lead.
Blitz.
He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
Caused all of that.
it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Tiger!
Check 24. Lucky.
Set! Wait, 90!
A second down throw for Bridgewater. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Get ready!
A first down throw for Bridgewater. This will be caught inside the 10. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play.
You got him. You got him.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 21-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kevin White, 75 yards. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A gain of 32 that time. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arm saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback right in the face of him puts him down.
They'll set up to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Come on, let's go. Red 38. Red 38.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Ohio.
Check nickel,
Let's go.
nickel.
White 90. Flex round. Flex round.
Slam, slam.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Santos now to add the PAT.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have.
Oh, this is blocked. And the Seahawks have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
As you tell me all the time, Brandon, mark that play down. That should be a tie game. Instead, a great job by the guys blocking it. And, boy, they've got to have a great lift going off the field.
And the further it happens in the game and here in the second half, it just gets more magnified. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stops short of the 30. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right.
Get ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here's Bridgewater. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Murphy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Bridgewater. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now come the Redskins.
Watch 25.
Here we go. White 90. White 90.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Push him back. Push him back.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Elsewhere, second half is underway up in Orchard Park. The Bills have taken the lead late in that ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Defense showing blitz.
Let's go. Blue 58.
2nd down, Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. Taking a shot for 6. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a Turkey Bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally getting a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Come on, let's go. Red 38.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion in a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Flex round. Flex round.
Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's low. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Here we go. Red 38.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this one's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. Back now in Seattle, Washington, as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a loose football into the Redskins. Have it they do.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. The bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Come on, let's go. Red 38.
Check Mike 50.
Red 38.
Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Flex round. Flex
Single,
round.
single. Got a single in the slot. Single in the slot.
Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio. Here we go. What? 90.
Double up. Double up.
What? 90.
Coming. Double up.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Let's go! Grand 38!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Ohio, let's go! White 90!
Now back to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalposts, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the 4th quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Bridgewater on 1st down. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball. And that didn't happen on that play.
To throw, Bridgewater. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
throws it. It's a fake. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air, and he fires one incomplete. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami, and the Titans dominant. They have added to their totals in that one. A win would be their first of the young season.
Here we go. 1, 9, flex round. Flex round. Ha-ha.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Hut. Ha-ha.
Looking to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Now a desperation throw deep down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Come on, let's go.
He's going. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Hey, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
We got 3 down, 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Bring it. Bring it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Here we go.
Hey. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Ohio.
Hey, keep it up.
Now a handoff here to his running back.